Hey Aquarius, welcome to your 2020 Sidereal Astrology reading. So this video is for Sidereal Astrology using the actual size of the constellations. This is different from all forms of mainstream astrology, and the signs are different. So you want to make sure you're watching this for your Sidereal sign. Down below there is a birth chart calculator where you can type in your birth time and birth date and see exactly what your Sidereal signs are. You want to make sure you're watching this for either a sun, moon, or ascendant in Sidereal Aquarius. And I do recommend these videos for Sidereal, for your ascendant sign. So, if you are going to watch just one, watch it for your ascendant. But if you do want a more holistic picture, you can also watch it for your sun and moon as well, which can give a more well-rounded look at the year ahead. All right, so Aquarius, that's what we're looking at here is the most important things for you in 2020 in terms of how are these outer planets configured, what aspects are they forming, what houses are they transiting for you, and also the eclipses, which can be very helpful for a yearly outlook as well. So the most important area that's getting activated is your 11th house. This is the house of your future ideals and collective matters. And so there's likely been a lot of development here, particularly the last 2 years while your traditional ruler Saturn has been transiting through this area. So still really good to be focused on how you can build upon your future ideals, how you can maybe build and do some things constructively with community or your friends, your network circles. It has been about working within your limitations here to build this area, but this year I think there is definitely going to be some constructive development, and by the end of the year Saturn leaves here, so likely some final development in regards to your future hopes and wishes or anything collective like friends, network circles, or community. Even technological things, online things, or things relating to the sky can all be 11th house. Now the reason this year is different is because you're going to have expansive Jupiter transiting through this sector along with Saturn. So where Saturn contracts, Jupiter expands, and there is likely going to be some opportunities from time to time here. At the very least, an opportunity to see your future ideals from a bunch of different perspectives and maybe see some things you normally wouldn't see, which is great. And then also maybe look at your friend sector, community sector from a bunch of different angles and create opportunities about them or through them there. But again, it'll likely stay nice and grounded with Saturn. Now, January 10th, we have a lunar eclipse in your 5th house of Gemini. So mid-January, good time to do a status check with your self-expression and with your passions. This could be a status check regarding your kids, if you have kids in your life, regarding romance, perhaps, anything involving creativity or speculation or small businesses, anything you've created or is a passion. Really good to do a status check with, and in fact, if there was anything from 6 months prior to this that started anew here with your passions, it could be a culminating point. But at the very least, good to do a status check with this area and see how you can further develop it in 2020, particularly for the first 6 months of the year. Now, on January 12th, we have Saturn conjoining Pluto, which means collectively there's going to be some transformations and changes with our structures. And for you, it's with, again, the area of your future hopes and wishes, or things greater than yourself like community, friends, or network circles. So great to be non-attached to these things as Pluto helps us become more non-attached. And that's what really invokes change, right? When we are more non-attached to something, we're more willing to make the changes we otherwise maybe wouldn't make. So great to be non-attached, and in this way maybe make some empowering changes, transform some structures, and maybe release some things from whatever gets removed or destroyed. Perhaps there is some new foundations being laid here with Saturn. As I said, great year for building upon this sector, and inducing any change is a great way of starting the year with this. Now, February, we have Jupiter sextiling Neptune, nothing major, but a minor aspect lasting until October 12th, where there's going to be probably a good synergy between this future ideal sector of yours, as well as your identity and your sense of self. So since 2010, there's probably been a little bit more uncertainty about who you are, what life's unfolding for you. It's been helping you really connect more to your soul essence and who you are on a deeper level. But in this case, this is harmonizing very well. You're probably going to start to feel, and you may have felt it last year as well, a bit more of that receptivity to going with the flow and accepting things and connecting to your essential self, which can't be named and is more core to who you are on an inner level. Now, July 27th will likely be a shifting time with that, but again, it will be until October 12th. Now, March, we have Saturn dipping into Capricorn, so this will be important for your traditional ruler. And in this case, between March and June, you get a bit of a prelude as to what 2021 and 22 will be like. And in this sense, it's going to be about working on your spiritual development or working on things that'll help you find more peace in life. So really good to maybe work on getting your alone time, maybe spiritual activities, maybe some rest, maybe build upon some of your ideals and dreams, and maybe even creative things as well. And in fact, some of this behind the scenes stuff might be starting to be incorporated into your work or career in some way as well. So just a bit of a prelude as to what 2021 onward will be like, but March through June, really good to build upon your behind the scenes sector. Now, April, we have Neptune going into Pisces, which is a very comfortable placement for Neptune, which is going to go exact February of 2021. So then onward, it will be the most strongest. But between April and September, we get a bit of a prelude as to what that will be like. And in this case, Neptune leaves your first house. So you may start to get a little bit more clarity as to who you are and your identity and where life's taking you. And any deep spiritual or psychological work you've been doing may start to finalize. Again, do give it until February, but there is certainly some completion here this year. Now, Neptune going into your second house, 2021 onward, but again, April through September, good to practice this, is practice a bit more acceptance when it comes to your resources in life. Neptune's going to help you access more gratitude, more accepting of what is in the now moment regarding your inner and outer resources like material security or finance, and seeing how everything does happen in divine timing, and there is a more receptive kind of ebb and flow of life there. And as well as this, there might even be some compassion or selflessness. You may have some dreams or ideals in regards to giving or receiving resources. Now, also in April, we have Jupiter going over Pluto starting April 4th. And so this is really going to magnify a lot of the transformations in the sense that Jupiter helps us see the bigger picture about things. And so with this happening in your future ideal sector, it is great to maybe dive deep with yourself. See if there's any fears you may have regarding some of these future ideals you want to cultivate, or regarding community or friends or network circles, or involving maybe some technological or innovative things. Jupiter is going to help you make the transformations here because he's going to help you see the bigger picture and empower you. And in fact, this could be a very empowering time starting between April 4th till November 12th for, again, furthering to develop that future sector of yours. And the shifting point with that one will be June 30th. Now, June 21st, we have a total solar eclipse, and that's going to be in your 5th house of self-expression. So again, further developments with your self-expression or your passions in life. Now, do be flexible around this time because information's probably changing. We're going to have Venus retrograde the month and a half before that, and even Mercury will be retrograde 2 weeks after it as well. So be flexible with whatever the new beginnings are, but good to sit with the energy and see what starts to develop. And maybe the second half of 2020 might be really good for furthering to develop your self-expression or your passions, or again, things close to your heart from whatever new does emerge here. Now, September, we have Neptune coming back into your sign of Aquarius. So again, there will be some wrapping up regarding the more receptive approach to yourself and your identity. And this will be September until that February time of next year. So give yourself this time to, again, have more of that acceptance of who you are on a deeper level. Surrender any mental constructs of who you may think you are or your ego, right? Because Neptune has a way of, helping us dissolve that. And not that our egos aren't important. We need our egos, but at the same time, it's important that we do connect to our soul essence and have a more receptive approach to things. So great to continue with that practice during September through February. November 30th, we have a lunar eclipse in your 4th house of home, family, past, and sometimes health. So your foundations in life. And so this is where things start to shift with the nodes because they do enter different signs. But what I would say is it's a good time late November to do a status check with your home or your foundations in life. How are they going, and what can you further develop going into the new year of 2021 in that sector? Now, this is coinciding with a solar eclipse on December 14th in your 10th house of career and public sector, the opposite of the home and private sector. So maybe some new things starting to unfold going into the next year in regards to career achievement, your success, maybe your public life. But there's probably some things coming up from the past here to be resolved. Maybe some past things involving career achievement to be resolved. Nothing to really do with this as much as it's just to be aware of what is surfacing at this time and to allow that releasing. And that releasing of the past here can actually create a new beginning where you'll likely know some new things unfolding with your career or your achievement or public life during this time. And in fact, a lot of that could be quite healing and therapeutic for you, with it happening in Ophiuchus. So the last thing we have this year is December 21st, Jupiter and Saturn conjoin. So they're going to be in the same sign all year. Like I said, really constructive for your future ideals, hopes and wishes, collective matters, tech, innovative things. And so this is really solidifying things, especially with Saturn leaving this sector at the end of the year, completing it. But this could be a solidification of maybe some opportunities or some inspirations that do become very grounded with this yin-yang expansion, contraction of Jupiter and Saturn. All right, so Aquarius, I hope you have a fantastic 2020. If you would like a personal look at the year ahead, looking at your specific birth chart, do get in touch. There's a link down below for a 20% discount for both the live sessions and MP3 recorded readings. But I wish you all the very best. Have an awesome 2020, and I'll see you all in the next daily video. Take care.